Today we're making cheese stuffed potatoes. So potatoes stuffed with 3 types of cheeses. This recipe is not my own. I got it from Chef Pierre, and hopefully I said that right. And it's a pretty simple recipe, just I did a small twist on it. I'll leave a link in the description below to his original video, but I kind of like my twist. And I'll explain to you as I go what I did differently. So let's get started by peeling some potatoes. All right, so we have our potatoes peeled like so. I have a bowl of ice water, so I'm just gonna throw the potatoes inside. This will get rid of the starch, prevent them from going brown, and I'm just gonna leave them here 4 or 5 minutes. So we're gonna start off by cutting our 2 ends off because we wanna make them parallel. And you want it to be able to stand upright like so. Then we're gonna turn the potato sideways and we're gonna try our best to cut it into 2 equal halves. And I think this is where my recipe differs, or my version of the recipe differs from Pierre's, because he used a full potato where I found that the half potatoes were a little bit better because as like a side dish or an appetizer, they're a little bit more like bite size. But anyway, this is how I did it. Here are all our potatoes that we cut. They're all almost the same size in terms of height, the way they look. They're all relatively flat. All our extra potatoes, we're gonna put these all aside because there's gonna be some more extra potatoes. What I use these for is mashed potatoes, which is pretty easy to make and pretty good. So don't throw out any of your potatoes, use it all, don't waste food. So you can use a melon baller. If you don't have one, you can use a spoon. One of my friends actually used a drill with hers and it worked really well. She literally just like threw the potato, popped it out. You get a really nice hole, but I'm gonna use a spoon. And round we go. While you're doing this, there's a couple of things to note. Well, first of all, don't throw this out. Again, mashed potatoes, so we're gonna put that in my mashed potato bowl. The other thing to note is you wanna go like deep down. You're gonna be filling this all up with cheese. You wanna go deep down, but you don't wanna go too far down to the bottom, otherwise it's gonna weaken the potato. And also you gotta be careful that you don't go too far out to the edges. Again, you're going to weaken the structure of the potato and you're going to have cheese going everywhere, which, as I say it, maybe not a bad thing. So you can see the inside of our potatoes are all ready to go. The one thing I'll say is you get a better potato to cheese ratio if you do it this way instead of like a full potato, because you get more cheese, which mixes better with the amount of potato that you're getting. So just, again, this is the only change I did from the original recipe so far. And this is our bowl for our mashed potatoes. So again, don't waste any of this. Up next, we have to season our potatoes. So I'm going to put them in a bowl. We are going to add a little bit of salt. We are going to add a little bit of pepper. And then we're going to mix. So I took some canola oil, heated it up, wait till it bubbles, and now we're going to place them in. So we're going to let them brown on each side for a few minutes. So they're starting to get brown. I'm just going to turn them around. And we're gonna let them sit like this for a couple more minutes. So when they're done, this is what they're gonna look like. You're gonna wanna let them sit here just for a couple of minutes. You wanna use paper towel. You wanna get rid of all the oil. I got an oven-safe casserole dish. We're gonna pour in a cup of beef broth. In the original video, they used chicken. Chef Pierre used chicken, but I'm using beef. And then we're gonna place in our potatoes upright like so. And we're gonna put this in the oven at 325 for about 40 minutes. We're gonna do a fork test on the potatoes. They want to be, like at the end, you want them to be soft. In the original video, he put all his cheeses in a bowl and then like spooned it around and really mixed it. Life's too short to do that. So we got cream cheese, we got brie cheese, and we got goat cheese. We're gonna throw them all in a Ziploc and we're gonna mush. There's 4 ounces of each cheese in our Ziploc, and this makes it much easier for 2 reasons. It's easier to mix because now we're just like using our hands, squishing it around. And second of all, when we go to plate this on the potato itself, it'll make it a lot easier because we're gonna cut the end and turn this into like a pastry filler. We're gonna add 1 tablespoon of garlic, 1 tablespoon of parsley. And once again, we're gonna go through our mixing process. It's been 40 minutes and I'm gonna show you how it looks. So this is with a little fork. You can see how easy the fork goes through, hopefully from your side. And it's nice and soft, these potatoes, so you know they're done. What it is I drained out the liquid and now we're just flipping them upright just so we get rid of some of the beef broth that was there. We're gonna leave it here for 10-15 minutes because they're pretty hot, and then we're gonna fill them up with cheese. So it is time to fill up our potatoes with our cheese mixture. So the reason why we put it in a Ziploc bag is to make it easier. So what I did is I squished all of it down into one corner. Nip. And now we can pipe it into our potato. So I found that it wasn't working very well, so I made a bigger hole in the corner of my Ziploc piping bag. So our cheese stuffed potatoes are done. Is that what they're called? I don't know. Whatever they are, Chef Pierre made a great recipe with some minor modifications for an amateur like myself. They came out looking pretty good. At this point, you have 2 options. You can put them away and you can have them later. And if you do that, you can put it back in the oven, warm up your cheese, or you can eat it now. We already know what I'm gonna do because we gotta do a taste test. So it tastes fantastic. The potato is light, fluffy, filled with flavors. So the pepper and the salt was like just perfect. The golden outside brown gives it a nice crispy flavor, or a nice crisp, but on the inside it is nice and light tasting. The cheese, there's all 3 cheeses in here obviously. They blend perfectly together, and overall I'm extremely happy with the outcome of this recipe. So relatively easy, relatively simple, and the best part is I mean, I made all these and I can always just throw them in my fridge and use them later as an appetizer, as a side dish, as whatever I want. I just have to reheat it. But really good tasting, highly recommended. Give it a try. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like. Subscribe for more content and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you want to see next. Let me go finish off this potato because it tastes fantastic.